Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is 9-6. Shout out to Scotty for watching a lot of these. Anyways, what I want to do here is get these notes into your homework first. First of all, the top is a warm-up. I want you to try those problems on your own. Really, it's just cross, multiply, and divide. That's what we do with proportions. Okay, so you can see what I have for work here. Try them on your own. Come back and check your answers. Write all this stuff down, including this and the steps down below. And then, so press pause, copy this stuff in, work through this stuff, come back, and I'm going to explain this. Okay, so in these problems, cross, multiply, divide, cross, multiply, divide, cross, multiply, divide. Now when you get to here though, I have the entire term x plus 3. Okay, so I need to distribute first after I cross multiply. Then you know how to solve the problems. Bring the numbers to one side, divide by the number next to the variable. Same thing here, cross multiply, distribute it, bring the x's to one side, numbers to the other side, divide by the number next to the variable, and you get your solution. So again, to solve these equal fractions, which is what proportions are called, proportions, we solve by just cross multiply and divide, CMD, okay? And I kind of have this where it works out like here to give me A times D equals B times C, or just AD equals CB, or BC. You can switch the letters around. Now, to solve the problems that we're going to do today, we're going to do 3 steps, really 4. The first step, cross multiply and divide, if you can, okay? Distribute when you need to, solve for x. And to solve for x, we're going to do it one of 2 ways. If it's linear, like all of these that have a single x, then you just bring the x to one side, you bring the numbers to the other side, and you divide by the number next to the variable, like I was just saying. When it is quadratic, in other words, you get an x squared that you need to solve for, you got to bring all the terms to one side, so really you're going to have it in this form. It's going to look like that, and then you can factor it from there, okay, and set those factors equal to 0. That's what we did. Okay, let's look at a couple of examples of what I'm talking about. So on example 1, what I've got here is I'm going to cross multiply these, and I'm going to cross multiply these. Okay, so 4 times this, and I'm going to rewrite it like that, 4 times 5x plus 11 equals 3 times 3x. Okay. Now here I'm going to have to distribute. I get 20x plus 44 equals 9x. Okay. Now, again, I need the x's on one side, the numbers on the other side, so I'm going to minus 20x to both sides. Get 44 equals negative 11x, and divide by negative 11 to both sides. So I get x to be negative 4. Now I want to check it. That's my last step here. Check it by plugging it in. Negative 12 over 4 is negative 3. Negative 20 plus 11 is negative 9. Divided by 3 is negative 3. They equal each other. We're good to go. Okay. Let's try the next one. Actually, I'm going to have you try number 2 in just a second. I'm going to go to number 4. Okay. Number 4, again, let's cross multiply these. And what you got here, again, is 2x plus 6 times x plus 3. It doesn't matter which side you write these on. If you wrote x plus 6 times x plus 5 on the left side, that's okay. You got to FOIL things out here. First outside, inside, last. I'm going to do this kind of quickly. 2x squared. 6x plus 6x is 12x plus 18. Save myself a little bit of space. I got x squared, 6x, and 5x is 11x, and then 30. Now again, what I said here is when it's quadratic, when you see an x squared, you got to bring everything to one side if they don't cancel each other out. And I like to have a positive x squared, so I'm going to minus x squared, minus 11x, and minus 30 to both sides. And I'm writing it right underneath it so that I don't make any silly mistakes and combine terms that aren't supposed to be combined. These will cancel to give me 0, which is what I want. Again, I want it to equal 0. And I'm going to have, let's see, we got x squared plus 1x minus 12. And then I want to factor it. So factor this. I get x and x. I get 6 and 2, 4 and 3. Oh, there it is. Plus 4 minus 3 to give me that positive 1 there. And then again, you set each factor equal to 0. Do the opposite here. Do the opposite here. And now just plug them in to make sure they work. And really, when they don't work is really when you're going to get 0 as the denominator, and I can't have that. But I still want to check it. I plug in negative 4. I get 1 over negative 8 plus 6 is negative 2, so I get 1 over negative 2. On the other side, when I plug it in, I get negative 1 over 2. Those equal each other, that checks. 3, I get 8 over 12 which is 2/3. I get 6 over 9, which is 2/3. They equal each other, that works, and so both worked. I want you to try 2 and 3. So press pause, try 2 and 3, go through and cross multiply and solve them. 3 is the easier of the two. Again, we're cross multiplying here. Distribute 3x minus 6, 2x minus 8. Bring the x to one side and the numbers to the other side. So I'm going to do both of them at the same time here to get a letter to cancel on one side and a number to cancel on the other. X equals -2. Okay, I plug it back in to check it. -6 over 3 is -2. -4 over 2 is -2. It works. Good enough. Over here, again, I'm going to cross multiply. X minus 2, x plus 2, x minus 4, x plus 6. And I'm going to, of course, FOIL those. Okay? So, I've got x squared minus 4 equals x squared minus 4 plus 6 is plus 2x minus 24. And I'm going to now, well, here's the thing. I got to bring everything to one side. It's an x squared. So I've got to bring everything to one side, except when I do that, I'm going to bring everything over here, by the way, okay? Minus x squared plus 4, minus x squared plus 4. These cancel, I get 0. These cancel. Bring down the 2x, minus 20. Bring that to the other side, and divide. X equals 10. Okay? I'm going to split this lesson up into 2 videos so that this isn't as long of a video. This is part 1, just this first page. Again, it's really just about cross multiply and divide. On the next page, which I'm going to get you on the next video, I need to first get them as a common denominator, then I can just cross multiply and divide. Check that out on tape 2 of lesson 9.6.